You've been taught that knowledge is power, that intelligence protects you from mistakes. But what if the opposite is true? What if the smarter we are, the more likely we are to fall for our own illusions? And worse, we rarely even notice it happening. Every day, intelligent people make terrible decisions, not because they lack information, but because they believe they already have all the answers. This is the confidence trap, when knowledge leads not to clarity, but to overconfidence, a subtle, dangerous illusion rooted in how our minds work. You don't need to be a fool to make foolish decisions. Sometimes you just need to be certain. The Dunning-Kruger Effect explains part of this puzzle. It shows how people with little knowledge tend to overestimate themselves. But it doesn't stop there. Even those with real intelligence, education, experience, even success, can fall victim to the same trap. Because the more we know, the more tempting it becomes to believe we know enough. And certainty feels good. It feels safe, even when it's wrong. A brilliant founder builds a billion-dollar company and then runs it into the ground. A surgeon with 30 years of experience dismisses a junior's insight. The patient suffers. A politician ignores evidence that contradicts their agenda. An investor rides their gut feelings straight into a market crash. Even you and I, we dig in our heels, defend bad takes, double down, not because we're irrational, but because we're sure we're right. Sometimes the smarter we are, the better we are at building arguments to defend ourselves, even from the truth. Why does this happen? Because intelligence and ego often get tangled. We attach being smart to our identity. So admitting we're wrong doesn't just feel uncomfortable, it feels like a threat. Instead of seeing clearly, we argue, explain, justify. We defend the version of reality that keeps us feeling right. And that's where thinking stops. Not because we can't do better, but because we don't want to. Even the most rational minds are still running on emotion, still human. True intelligence isn't about having the answers, it's about knowing when you might be wrong. The smartest people in the world are often the most cautious because they've seen how easy it is to be fooled, especially by your own mind. The real strength isn't confidence, it's curiosity. The willingness to say, I might be wrong. What else could be true? What don't I know yet? In the next episode of Mind Mechanics, we'll explore why your brain fears uncertainty and how that fear shapes your thoughts, your choices, and your future. Until then, stay curious, stay skeptical, and remember, your mind is powerful, but not always on your side.